The murder of Florida State University law professor Dan Markel shocked Tallahassee and sent ripples through the legal community. On a July morning in 2014, Markel was gunned down in his driveway, a calculated execution tied to a bitter custody battle with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson. For years, investigators unraveled a tangled web of family disputes, hitmen, and secret payments until suspicion fell on Wendy's mother, Donna Adelson. Prosecutors allege she was the mastermind orchestrating the murder to solve her daughter's problems and keep her grandchildren close. Testimony in Donna's trial has implicated not only Donna, but also her daughter Wendy and her husband Harvey. And tonight, we are live from Tallahassee with all the big moments from this jaw-dropping trial. But first, A-list celebrity and recording artist Cardi B facing an intense civil trial in Los Angeles. And now, for the second day in a row, she's been testifying on the stand. She's been sued by security guard Emani Ellis, who alleges that Cardi violently, unlawfully, intentionally, suddenly, and maliciously assaulted her during a private appointment at a Beverly Hills OBGYN's office in 2018. She claims that Cardi B hit her in the head, the face, and the body, spit on her, engaged in racial slurs and emotional devastation. Cardi's legal team vigorously denies the allegations, insisting that the security guard initiated a profanity-laced confrontation and that no physical contact occurred. So who will the jury believe, the young security guard or the international pop star known as Cardi B? I'm Vinny Politan. Great to have you with us here on Closing Arguments. Another big day here on your front row seat to justice. Two big trials taking place sort of simultaneously, although we've got an East Coast, West Coast thing going on. So let's start out in the West Coast. And out there, this is a civil case involving Cardi B, and a civil case is about money most of the time. Most of the time, I'd say about 90 to 95% of the civil cases, it's about dollars and cents. Someone has been harmed, someone has been damaged, and they're entitled to be compensated for those damages. Oh my goodness, did I just sound like one of those commercials? But that's what most civil cases are about. They're about money. No one's going to jail, okay? At the end of the case, no one's going to jail. No one's liberty is at stake. And as a result, the rules of a civil trial are much different, right? You don't have the right to remain silent in a civil case. You know, if you're one of the parties, whether you are the plaintiff who is suing the defendant or the defendant who is being sued by the plaintiff, you can be called by both or either side of the case, right? The accused in this case is testifying. There she is, Cardi B, international pop star. So she is taking the stand, telling her story, called by the plaintiff, but gets up on the witness stand and testifies. Not for one day, but for 2 days in a row in the trial. And the question, I believe, is she the star witness in the case? Is she the star witness, or is it the plaintiff, the accuser, the security guard, Emani Ellis, who claims that she was attacked by Cardi B? Well, this will be determined by the jury. And I'll give you a look at some more of the testimony of Cardi B that they heard today.
The camera was facing me. When I got off the elevator, her phone was here. Then when I was walking and she was behind me, and then she said, "Oh my God, y'all, Cardi B. I looked back and the camera was like right there, like practically on her chest type stuff. I'm like, yo, why are you recording me?
I'm not saying she was recording you. I am asking you this question. If she was recording you, why does it matter?
Because she's a security guard and I'm going to a doctor's office. It definitely mattered.
You were causing a disturbance. Maybe she wanted to record you.
Time out. Let's not talk over each other, number one. Wait for him to finish asking the question. before you answer.
Do you own the building of 8920 Wilshire Boulevard?
No, I was walking to a doctor's office.
Do you agree that you were a guest in that building? You were
Yes.
a visitor, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. When a security officer tells you to leave, are you supposed to leave?
Objection, Your
Yes or
Honor.
no?
Sustained, it's asked and answered. We covered this yesterday.
You were causing a disturbance in the building.
She started the disturbance.
Did you
I'm
also...
sorry, ma'am, if you hear an objection, please wait for
Oh,
the
sorry.
ruling. Okay.
That should pass.
Withdrawn.
Do you remember yesterday you said that there was a verbal altercation between the two of you? You remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And an altercation is a fight, isn't it? It's a verbal fight. You had a verbal fight with her.
Asked and answered.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sustained.
You used the F word during that fight, didn't you?
Yes.
What other words did you use? Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, the in my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?
Tell it to
Why?
her now. Go ahead.
Huh?
Say it again. Say it.
Objection, Your Honor.
You want me to say it to
I
her
want
face?
you to tell it to her face what you said on that day so she can hear it for
The
herself
objection
again.
is sustained.
Your Honor, do we have civility in the
Yeah.
courthouse?
Why don't we just take the temperature down a little bit? If you have factual questions to ask her, please do so. It's not the time to argue with her.
When you saw Miss Emani Ellis and you got out of the elevator, I'm not asking who did what. I'm asking, was there any contact between you and her of any kind? What that means is fingers to fingers, shoes to shoes, knees to knees. Any contact between you and Emani Ellis of any kind. Was there? Yes or no?
No.
So she didn't touch you, correct?
No.
So if somebody comes here and testifies that she did do something to you physically, you disagree with that testimony, or you will, correct?
She didn't touch me.
Okay.
She didn't get to touch me. No. She was going to touch me, but she didn't get to touch
When you
me.
say she was going to touch you, how do you know that? You
Because
assuming?
we were chest to chest at one point.
So then your chest did touch, right?
I'll say that, but you did say when I got off the elevator,
Okay.
we
Let's-
we walked a little bit. That's when we got chest to chest. When we got off the elevator, we didn't do no contact.
You were at a high level of anger when you were chest to chest with her, correct?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
I don't think I was like on a high level of angry. I was more on a high level of concern, very concerned.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to beat my ass. Hello?
Miss Emani Ellis had a scar to her face of 2 centimeters long, and she received plastic surgery for that. And my question to you is, did you at any time see a scar on Miss Emani Ellis's face, or a cut, or a scrape, at any time during the time of the incident?
No. And she couldn't get a scratch from me because I didn't touch her.
Did you look at Miss Emani Ellis's face when you were arguing with her at the time of the incident?
I was looking at her face, but I wasn't looking like, she got a pimple on her face? No, I wasn't looking at her details or anything.
She reminds me of
Is she the star witness of this trial? Let's bring in our think tank live in studio with me, criminal defense attorney, former assistant state attorney in Miami-Dade County, and former assistant DA in Atlanta, Darrell Cohen, criminal defense attorney and law professor Meg Strickler, and the man behind the glasses, criminal defense attorney Josh Schiffer.
They're invisible. I'm still in disguise.
Yeah.
Week 2 in disguise.
Right. I don't know. Are they in the shop?
Yeah, I'm getting a tune-up.
You are getting a tune-up?
I'm going to get them tuned up, but they will be back. I promise. I might need to get some fashion advice, actually, from Cardi there, because she's come off fantastic. I think she is the new fashion leader in true crime.
In true crime. But it's not a criminal case. It's a civil case.
Nope.
Might be a true lie.
Oh, how about that? All right. Is she the star witness? Is she controlling the narrative here inside the courtroom?
I think she is the star witness. Whether or not she's controlling the narrative, that is up to the jury to decide. She is so affected the way she is testifying, and I mean, my fingernails, you know, I don't like her testimony. I don't like.
You
her
don't
body
like
language.
it?
Don't at all. No, not at all.
Does it play in Hollywood?
maybe.
Totally plays in Hollywood. You know how many times we're going to see clips of this for the next decade or two? All these different clips are fabulous clips, fabulous memes. This is fabulous. Now, let's go back to a courtroom. Is it what I normally see? In a courtroom when I'm trying cases? Absolutely not.
No, but you've got to just recognize and appreciate her authenticity. This is someone who lives in the public eye more than any of us really can understand. And she's doing fantastic, being personable, being honest.
She could stop with the F words.
You know, that's a little bit disrespectful, but for her, it's on brand. So
I agree with you, but the judge should have admonished that. No judge normally would put up with that.
On brand in court is different than being on brand in real life. Court is not real life.
But the jury, if she starts putting on her prim and proper, finest, that's fake. That's not her. She's got to be the authentic Cardi B.
There's nothing fake about Cardi B.
Yeah,
nothing but everything.
100%.
That's true.
She's exactly what she's putting out there, isn't she?
All right, let's take a listen to another witness, okay? Right, because we've heard from the security guard, we've heard from Cardi B. What does Tiara Malcolm, the receptionist, have to say? Take a listen.
When you were there, did Miss Ellis attempt to strike Cardi B?
There was hands going while I was in the middle. I know no one landed, or I was, you know, I didn't even realize, I guess because my adrenaline, that I had a mark on my forehead. So besides me getting a scratch, nobody, as far as them two hit each other.
Who scratched you?
Based off of, like I said, I didn't know that I even got scratched until I went into the office, and the nurse was like, Tiara, your forehead. But I can only assume Cardi B was behind me, because that was my main concern.
Objection calls for speculation.
So Cardi B was behind you, and you were facing who?
I was facing Miss Ellis.
When you were face to face with Miss Ellis, I take it you could see her face?
Yes.
Did you see any scratches on her face?
No.
Did you see any cuts on her face?
No.
Did you see any blood on her face?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face?
No.
Did you see any spit or spittle on her face?
No.
Is she the new star witness?
I don't know. It sort of reminds me of when I represented Lisa Lopez. This is Redux all over again. Here we go.
Well, there's medical records. I mean, are the medical records lying?
I don't know.
Yeah, but really, this is a shakedown, and I think that the defense has done a very good job showing that this wasn't a real substantive injury, because at the conclusion of the affray, which is what I think this really is, mutual combat, there wasn't even an outcry. There wasn't any visible anything. If you're hurt, you know at the end of the fight.
Plus, it'd be a mess. If there was blood,
Well,
there'd be a
the
mess.
receptionist was bleeding.
Yes.
But she said Cardi B was behind her, so, I mean,
Well, what were the nails of the security guard? What did her nails look like?
Right, and she's facing the security guard, and she ends up scratched in her face. Cardi B's behind her. All right, let me play one more thing for you, because I think this is also pretty significant. Cardi B back on the stand. Again, this is, you know, part of the back and forth inside. What is Cardi B trying to get through to this jury? Take a listen.
Did you post anything about the incident of February 24th, 2018 on the internet?
Objection relevance?
I think I said something because around that time, she did went live and said something, and my fans caught it. And she was just practically saying, like, all of these lies about me and stuff like that. And I was like, I did not touch that girl at all.
Do you remember what you posted?
I don't think I posted something. I'm not even sure if it was a comment or like if I did like a live or something. It had to be quick. I was like, that's a lie. Here, trying to get some money.
What was that?
I said, that's a lie. Out of here, just trying to get some money.
Who's trying to get some money?
She is.
How do you know that?
Because she sued me for $24 million.
Is that a mic drop moment for her?
Oh my gosh, what an accident. Reminds me of Zach Brown. This is putting miles on my heart. I don't know what to do.
Well, see, here she can curse because that's what she allegedly had posted. And she's allowed to get the concept of posting wrong. Anything out there that she put on the internet would conceivably be a post. And I don't have a problem at all with her remembering exactly what she said and then cursing there. That's appropriate.
See, Daryl gets to name drop all those names because he does civil work. Mine are criminal. I can't mention all my unbelievably fit. But here's the real thing. She's jumping to the ultimate issue that anytime someone of celebrity is being sued in civil court, it's what makes it so hard. Because
well, how about just getting the line out in front of the jury? She's suing me for $24 million after the jury has heard about is at worst a scratch.
Brilliant, and robs the plaintiff's attorney of all the thunder he was going to try to bring in that damages ass.
100%.
You know what I love about this? Nobody goes to jail. The very worst is Cardi B loses some money. The very best, she doesn't for her. Other side, different.
Why do you think this didn't settle? I mean, most civil cases just settle. Like there's a number that everyone just walks away from. We don't pay the lawyers, we just walk away from it. Why didn't it settle?
Well, the lawyers
get paid. Lawyers get paid. Yeah.
We all jump.
Let's stop with the lawyers not getting paid because that always happens. What the real issue is those nuisance value cases. Either Cardi was really firm that she's not going to stand up to getting extorted, and there are celebrity clients that's a line in the sand. I'm not going to get extorted.
Rather pay the lawyer than pay the defendant.
Yep. Sometimes you pay both.
Sometimes you have to, yeah.
You'd rather stand up. And then at the same time, you've got a plaintiff and a plaintiff's lawyer who knows what's been promised, who knows what's been expected. We've all had clients walk in and say, oh, it's a $100 million case. I just need you to get it in front of a jury. And then we remind them that those 12 people don't want to be there and probably aren't as similar to you as you'd like to think.
So what's your bottom line here to this case? Who is going to win this case?
My view, if Cardi B loses, she loses a little bit of money, not 23 million, not 2 million, not 1 million. She loses some money to teach her a lesson if she loses.
It matters on who the jurors are. Are there people who are really attention-driven type people? Are there people who are grandmas who don't know popular culture? We don't know who these jurors are, and I think that's going to be part of the influence of what just is decided here.
And because it's civil, there's not a lot of transparency. Attorney's fees come in on this. There's probably an attorney's fee battle going on in the background.
Gotta pay. You notice a theme here? Pay the lawyers.
Yes,
pay
please.
the lawyers. All right.
The only thing I do that's free is your show.
Exactly. When we come back, we're going to take you down to the East Coast, to South Florida, the trial of Donna Adelson. Plus, coming up next hour. Tonight on Vinnie Politan Investigates, baby Emmanuel Harrow was reported abducted by his parents, but then they were arrested for his murder. And today we learned a lot more about the case from investigators who spoke for the first time. Where is baby Emmanuel? Tonight, we investigate.
Join Court TV's Vinnie Politan with the latest and breaking true crime stories.
Now, let's look at the other side of all of that.
Vinnie Politan Investigates. Tonight, 9/8 Central, only on Court TV.
Saturday nights on ION
is our night.
Let's go! Double headers every Saturday at 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern. The new Saturday Night Out is on ION all season long.
This is Adelson. How you doing? I want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, I just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Tuco for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuco. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
The famous or infamous bump. This is when the Adelsons stopped talking about the case, and investigators wanted them to start talking about it again because they had wiretaps going. And you've got an undercover agent bumps into Donna Adelson and hands her an envelope, and tries to get her talking, saying that he's connected to one of the hitmen. Let's bring in Court TV anchor Julie Janae, is joining us live from the courthouse in Tallahassee. Julia, great to see you. So the bump happens. What does Donna Adelson do after this bump?
Well, first of all, she keeps her composure. She looks around just a little bit and then she walks away. And one thing that stuck out to me when I'm watching this, I'm betting that the jurors are thinking this is a very different looking Donna Adelson than we're seeing inside of the courtroom. I mean, this was more than a decade ago that she would have been in this bump, well, 9 to 10 years ago. And she, even when she was arrested, looked different than she looks now inside of the courtroom. Her hair is a different color. She's told the court that she's gained a lot of weight since being behind bars because she said they're only feeding her carbs inside. But after that bump, she puts this note that she was handed by that undercover agent into her purse. And we got to look at that note. It's essentially this news announcement a year after Dan Markel's death that the police are asking for the public's help. And there's $5,000 written on it, a phone number, insinuating, according to this shakedown that the police were trying to give to Donna, or make her think she was having that. They wanted to see what she was going to do next, if she thinks that someone knows about their plot and wants money. So she runs home and she calls her son, not the police. She calls her son, Charlie Adelson, and we got to listen to that wiretap call.
I got some paperwork hand delivered to me. You're being sued? No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to talk to you. I'll make you take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you. Alright. Okay? Do I need to bring cash? Yeah, if you take me out to dinner, I'm going to have to give you with you. That's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. Was this, I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah, okay, I'll see if I have money to go to and see what I can share. Okay.
Was it, can I ask you, is someone blackmailing you?
No, it's going to be a possibility.
Do you think someone's trying to blackmail you?
I mean, they go on and on, Vinny, where Charlie is trying to figure out what just happened to you. But in true form, if you think that you are being wiretapped, and that's what the prosecution wants the jury to believe, she's talking in code. She doesn't want to say exactly what, but she wants to meet him in person to give him the details.
Yeah, and that's why she's whispering, because on a wiretap, if you speak a little lower, they can't hear what you're saying. Any evidence or alleged evidence of Donna's involvement before the murder?
Yeah, so today the jurors got to see a lot of text messages. I mean, it was a lot of text on screen. They, towards the end of the day, got to hear more things that they could listen to, but the prosecution highlighted deleted text. Now, I guess they didn't know that a Cellbrite dump of anyone's phone is going to even pull up those deleted texts. But here's one, March 14th of 2014. Donna is sending it to Charlie. This would be about 3 or 4 months before the murder. She says, I can't talk right now, but I'll text you before we stop in Gainesville, where I can go to the bathroom and have a moment of privacy. Then I'll call you. Please pick up, because I will have limited, quote, alone time today. Erase this text after you read it, which was done. And it sounds like there that she's trying to get away from her husband, Harvey, to talk about something privately. Then June 7th of 2014, so that is a month before the murder of Dan Markel, Charlie says, okay, have fun, still working on Dad's B-Day present. Donna responds, I know it's a tough B-Day, being 70 and all, but I know you'll come through. Thumbs up emoji, kissy emoji, Mom. This date coincides with one of the attempts. The hitmen who testified, Luis Rivera, said they actually drove up thinking they were going to carry out this murder in June, but it didn't work out because Wendy was present, so they left, and they had to do it again in July. So again, those code names that are being used there that the prosecution wants to highlight. And then they brought up this, having to do with an invitation to the party that Donna sent to everyone. And take a look at what she listed as the name of those 2 boys. And this, again, was 2 weeks before Dan Markel was killed.
So as we see, kind of focusing in here on the details of this email, The party, a friendly reminder that Donna's event is coming up on Saturday, July 5th, 2014 at 7:30 p.m.
Okay. And was it addressed to Wendy, and we blurred out their names, but her 2 sons, and listed Wendy and her 2 sons' last name as Adelson?
Yes.
Adelson is listed as the boy's last name, though, regardless of the fact that Dan Markell is still alive on this date?
That's correct.
And we know that after his death, it would be about a year before Wendy Adelson changed their names legally to Adelson from Markell, but she began using it immediately about a month later when they were enrolled in school.
Yowza. All right. Julie Jane is going to stick with us. Let's get back to our think tank live in studio. Daryl Cohen, Meg Strickler, and Josh Schiffer. You want to start with the bump? What do you think of the bump?
You can't make this stuff up. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up.
Most well-spoken, loud enunciation, clear discussion on a street corner. Man, you couldn't miss a single word in that recording.
Excuse me, I have to go retrieve my one-way ticket to Vietnam. I'll be right back.
So she's talking to Charlie afterwards, and pick me up for dinner, bring cash. Like, there are restaurants that I went to in New Jersey when growing up. You had to bring cash. It was cash only, but...
I feel like they're all gone now, though.
There's a couple, but it's rare.
Roswell Road.
Because I'm from Jersey, too, and we had those kind of places.
But it seems like the cash might be related to the $5,000 that's written on the note.
Well, and that's the hilarious time. Anytime you're reviewing code talking, which we have all done, it is regular. It is a constant in the criminal defense universe. It's hilarious. Everybody can tell that's not how you normally speak with people. It is one of the dumber things our clients regularly do.
But you never hear
you never hear. And hey, how's those roses we're going to be coming by? Because I need to pick up the flowers later this afternoon.
Donuts or whatever.
Yes. Didn't we learn about that by watching mob movies?
Yes,
that's basically how and this is sort of being run allegedly, right? Allegedly as a mob hit.
Oh.
And she's the Don.
It fits perfectly.
Or the Donna.
It's Don. Oh, nice. Donna.
Well, the problem is Donna and crew have jumped too far ahead with the fantasy, with the name changes just hit any pair. Man, you see that and you're like, no, come on now.
That was
when you live in your own world and you choose not to see or hear what's going on outside of your own sphere, this is what happens.
Yes.
I agree.
Totally.
Because you
but
would
they
never
were
change the names.
Attempting to be careful about the digital communications because she said,
were they now?
Erase this.
So was Koberger with, I'm going to only turn off my phone during the 2 hours of the murder. Like, literally, it's shining a spotlight on you when you take
Is there ever a time you've ever texted to someone? Like, I know you guys haven't planned any murders, but have you ever texted Have you ever texted to someone and told them to erase the text message?
The word is never. If I don't want them to publish that text, I don't use a text.
But actually now there's a text thing that you can have it erase after.
Yeah,
it's like erasing text.
Disappearing, but that's the other thing. And even with
really.
Signal and all that, the weakest link is always what destroys confidential everything. It is not
Now remember, this is going back to 2014, so we've come a long way in the last 11 years.
But I still love the Celebrate guy talking.
I love
that
the
was
Celebrate
fabulous, because even from 2014, he's like, well, because even then, all of it is recorded.
Yeah, if you do it digitally, man, I can pay somebody
So if
to find
prosecutors are right here, do you think this family at this point believes they're still going to get away with it?
No.
No, because too many of the dominoes have all gone down.
Yeah.
She's done.
No, at the time of the bump, do you believe that they felt like they were going away with it?
Oh, absolutely.
They were flying high then.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, let's talk about another Adelson, Wendy Adelson. A lot of the testimony here has mentioned Wendy. What is the evidence against her? Will she be charged? That's next.
Is there any way that you would think somebody tried to kill my ex-husband? They should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Regardless of who it is. I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother, but I don't think it was my family.
That was, I don't think it was my family, but yeah, my brother Charlie did say something about a hit. No, it was a joke. He's always joking. No, but it's not my, she was, I mean, that interview was really strange from the beginning. the way she spoke about her family almost immediately after Dan Markel was murdered. So let me bring back in Court TV anchor Julie Janae down in Tallahassee covering this trial. She knows everything, inside and out, upside down. Julie, so Wendy wanted to relocate with the kids down to South Florida. We know that's a big part of the alleged motive in all of this, but that was denied. But she was apparently still getting ready to move?
Yeah, that's some of the evidence that came out today from the prosecution's standpoint. Like you said, that interview that she did, it was pretty strange. You don't know what she knew, how much she knew, is she deflecting? But it's a big question that so many people here in the gallery that are watching this trial, when they talk to me, the first thing they want to know is, what about Wendy? Is there going to be a trial for Wendy? I surely don't know, but we'll see what happens at the end of this trial. But it's confusing because on the stand, she was very accepting of the relocation. That's what she told these jurors in this trial, that she had come to a point that she was okay with the relocation. She was settled into this is what's going to happen. It was stipulated to by Wendy's side and Dan's side that it would be dismissed with prejudice, essentially. The judge had said no relocation, and that's with prejudice, which was stipulated to. But then there was this mention today that she had canceled her cable about 2 weeks before the murder. And Georgia Kappelman had to give a little context to that from the investigator on the stand. But basically, she said, does that suggest that she knew she would be moving around? Cable is for just a home. She switched to streaming, meaning she might need to have access to something that would be mobile. And that cable, you really couldn't do that back in 2014. So something could have changed, and it could be what Jeffrey Lacoste said on the stand, which was that Charlie had let her know he was looking into hiring a hitman.
Wow. All right. And this has become an issue because of some testimony earlier in the trial about Wendy and Dan's schedule. Did Wendy ask Dan if he would be in town at the time of this murder for hire that was being set up?
Yes, she did, and we saw the text message. The jury saw this text message. They've gotten information that may be confusing them a bit because we had Luis Rivera, the hitman, on the stand saying that Wendy is the one who told Katie, who told us, that Dan was going to be out of town, so you had to hurry up and do this on July 14th. But then you had Katie on the stand yesterday saying, no, Wendy never told me that. I got it from Charlie. But it could be that Charlie got it from Wendy. And take a look at the text message that Wendy sent to Dan, asking him specifically, are you in Tallahassee, July 14th? That's the day of this, that's a few days before the murder would take place, July 14th to July 18th. I want to know if I can have the kiddos on the 16th. Thanks. And Dan replies, yes, you can.
All right. One more item here relative to Wendy, which is the TV repair. This has always been another one of those strange facts, but potentially very important.
Potentially very important. We've talked about the code words. The prosecution believes that the code word TV has to do with the murder of Dan Markel. It's what Charlie said when he made this bad joke about, I bought you the TV because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman. But, oh, by the way, he's now been convicted of hiring hitmen. But take a look at the text message that Donna sent to Wendy. And Donna set all of this up. She said, Best Buy just called me, and I told them to confirm with you. They are on their way over to help you now with the TV set in your living room. And remember, this is a situation where Wendy said her TV was smashed. Her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend now, but boyfriend on the stand who testified, he said that she had him come over and look at the TV and it looked smashed. But Donna is the one who set up the Geek Squad appointment for them to come, and she's texting her saying, make sure that you are there and you will be home. Also, here's something interesting that happened around the same time. It's a text message that Wendy sent to Charlie the day of the murder, not too long after her mother told her about the TV repair setup. She said, this is so sweet. And I don't know what it's in relation to, Vinny. I don't know if it has to do with the TV itself or if she is talking about this murder that they're all using a code for. Also, she deleted this calendar event that was in her phone before she handed it over to police. In that police interview that you saw, she did give them the phone. She may not have known they were going to celebrate it and get all of the details off of it, but she had a calendar invite for Fix TV that morning, and it was deleted before that cell phone was handed over. And then I want you to take a listen to something this jury heard. This is the last voicemail that Dan Markel would have left for Wendy based on what she had been asking him, what she had been telling him over the days leading up to this moment. Let's listen.
Hey, Wendy, good morning. 9 o'clock on Friday. Just wanted to say something to pick the boys up early this afternoon and give me sick. And that happened for you around 4:30 or 5. Get them up. So either at Tuesday or at the house. So let me know if that's okay with you. And also I'd love to chat with you about situation for school. And the big stuff and all that. I'm going to be at the gym probably between 9:15 and 10:30. But happy to chat. You know, for a walk in school, something like that. Okay, bye.
If it's difficult to make out, he's talking about their co-parenting plan. He's telling her when he's going to drop off the boys, when he's going to pick them up. And it sounds like she had already told him that she wanted to talk about something. And he's like, we can go for a walk. We can go somewhere and we can make that happen. You hear care in his voice. You hear the dedication to his kids. It's just a reminder of who the victim is in this case and his patient family that has had to wait so long for full justice for his death.
And Julia, one quick point in that message he left. He said he was going to be at the gym and gave the times. Weren't the hitmen following him at the gym?
They were following him at the gym, but they had actually started following him when he dropped off the boys at their daycare. So I'm not sure if they only got that from that message, but they certainly knew his routine and they were following him from the beginning of the day. All
right, Julie Janae working another long day. We appreciate it so much. Live in Tallahassee. Okay, Think Tank still with us here in studio. Daryl Cohen, Meg Strickler, Josh Schiffer. What do you think about what we're hearing in Donna's case about Wendy?
I'm wondering if TV actually should be TBD, to be dead. Just wondering.
I think they're laying the foundation, to use a legal term, for the trial for Wendy. They saved the best for last. They planned all of these trials to kind of make it be a cinch case for the last person, Wendy.
Yeah, and here's one thing that a lot of people are wondering, though. Like, they're hearing a lot of this evidence about Wendy. Does any of that help Donna? Does any of that help Donna in her defense? Because, you know, in the open, she sort of was pointing the finger at her kids, at Charlie and Wendy. So, could it? Could they put too much evidence in that seems to implicate Wendy that would hurt the case against Donna?
I don't think it hurts the case against Donna because I think the case against Donna has just been so strong with the witnesses that have come out, many of whom have already been convicted and are serving prison and don't have self-serving motives. Then we've got the circumstantial evidence, which normally we're really cynical of. This is where circumstantial evidence really fits. Because now that we're looking at these messages in context with what we already know has been proven, that's why prosecutors love circumstantial evidence, because the confirmation bias, you can't read that stuff and not go, oh, I see what was going on there.
It might help her a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Guilty beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt is what we need for a conviction. They're going to get that. Now, whether or not they can say, well, maybe she was sort of dragged in or not, but she still did it. She still was Miss Mastermind. She was the Don.
Yeah, and the one thing that's clear to this jury is that, I mean, and it came from Rob, the estranged son who came back to testify, is that Donna was the leader of this family. It wasn't Harvey. It was Donna. It wasn't Charlie. It was Donna.
Crystal clear. It is crystal clear.
She is micromanaging.
Yes.
It fits some really tough, prejudices and some other really tough themes. it's bad. This is a family that is easily disliked by jurors.
Yeah, and it's a family affair, I think, is absolutely the theme. Big thanks, Daryl Cohen, Meg Strickler, Josh Schiffer. We'll see you again really soon. When we come back, folks, I will reveal something else you need to know tonight, plus coming up next hour. Tonight on Vinnie Politan Investigates, Jake and Rebecca Harrow reported their baby Emmanuel abducted by a stranger. Now they're charged with murder, and prosecutors are speaking publicly for the first time. What evidence do they have? Tonight, we investigate.
Join Court TV's Vinnie Politan with the latest and breaking true crime stories.
Now, let's look at the other side of all of that.
Vinnie Politan Investigates, coming up next, only on Court TV.
Donna Adelson is facing charges of murder, the death of her former son-in-law.
Now that Donna has turned into a defendant, what's next for the Adelson clan?
The Matriarch Mastermind Murder Trial. Live coverage weekday mornings on Court TV.
Shop.
Time to reveal something else you need to know tonight. Let's take a look at the big board. Shooting in Minneapolis. Evil has struck again, this time at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. 2 victims shot and killed, 17 injured. The shooter, there he is, Robin Westman, dead. Alex Miller from Script News Group has the story tonight.
The first week of school interrupted by another school shooting.
Possible active shooter 509 West 54th Street, Minneapolis. LTAC 10E looking for all assistance.
The troopers responding. We've seen a lot more medical.
Police say a gunman stood on the outside of Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis and fired through the windows of the church as students sat in the pews during morning mass.
The sheer cruelty and cowardice of firing into a church full of children is absolutely incomprehensible.
Law enforcement says 2 children, an 8- and a 10-year-old, were killed. 14 other children and 3 adults were injured.
It breaks my heart, makes me sick to my stomach, knowing that there's probably people I know that are either injured or maybe they were even killed. It doesn't make me feel safe at all at this community that I've been a part of for so long.
Police say the shooter died by suicide. They say the gunman was a 23-year-old male. They say he had a rifle, shotgun, and pistol and purchased each legally. He did not have a known extensive criminal history. The shooting comes one day after 1 person was killed and 6 others were injured at a nearby Minneapolis high school. Wednesday's shooting marks the 146th shooting at a K-12 school this year, according to a tracking site. Now another community mourning and asking why.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. To everybody out there, do not think of these as just somebody else's kids. Those families are suffering immense pain right now. Think of this as if it were your own.
Alex Miller, Scripps News Group, New York.
And there's a lot that is now coming out about this shooter, including some postings on social media and online, apologizing to his family and no one else, and also pieces of what some people are calling a manifesto that is out there, and videos that were posted to social media, including of the weapons that would better perhaps give investigators a better understanding of what motivated this shooting at this church in Minneapolis. Another tragedy. Okay, folks, let's try to prevent another tragedy. Take a look at your screens. We have 2 missing children who need your help. This is Derek and Jaden Hernandez, missing from Los Angeles, California. Derek, just 2 years old, Jaden, just 10 years old. They may be in the company of an adult female relative. If you see either one of these boys, Derek or Jaden, pick up the phone, make a call, 911, 1-800-THE-LOST, or you can call the Los Angeles Police Department in California. Numbers on the screen for you. Let's see if we can get Derek and Jaden to a safe place tonight. Don't go anywhere. We have another hour of live true crime. Vinnie Politan Investigates is next. In the meantime, please don't forget to hug the kids.